Hey, Colab Coach here yet again to share some wise words of wisdom for this week. You know what? Before we get started, again, I just want to let you guys know I wrote an amazing book. Fresh Eyes Solve Problems Easier, the Self-Love Relationship Project. Please, Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, wherever you purchase your books. Also, it's an audiobook. It's on Audible. Um, and wherever you listen to audiobooks as well. Leave a review, tell me what you think. Thank you so much. Now let's get into it. So this week we're talking about the mistakes people make when it comes to being ready for love. You know, this is the whole Ready for Love series. Last week we talked about the myths. This week we're talking about mistakes. So let's jump right into it. The first mistake people make when it comes to being ready for love is thinking that once you are ready for love, then you just act on that love. You just go ahead and jump right into it, act on it, and that's it. I'm here to say that's a good approach sometimes. Like, for example, you actually have a person in mind that you are ready to have to share your love with. You have a person that's maybe been eyeing you. That person has been maybe they confess their love to you, and you realize that, hey, again, as I said last week, sometimes the doors have been opened in the right way for you to be ready for love and jump right into a relationship with that person that's been waiting for you. 9 times out of 10, that may not be the case, and that's okay. But the problem that many people make is that when they're ready for love, they just go ahead and just act without thinking. You know, a lot of times, a lot of people jump into relationships, situations without thinking about, all the scenarios that could happen. For example, people who are not in married relationships, but they choose to be in relationships with people who are already married, stepping into relationships and them being the side piece, hoping, maybe waiting that they are going to be the main. And even if they become the main, that person is not going to treat you the same way they did with the previous relationship. Again, you may be ready for that love. That person may be giving you affection, the care, feeding in your love languages and you're feeding in theirs. But thinking about what you're doing when you're ready for love is very, very crucial and very, very important because you don't want to step into a situation that something's already been established. And yes, you're ready for love, but you have to think while you're ready for love so you don't hurt yourself, hurt other people, and then cause problems all over again. Because you may have been hurt in your previous relationships, but you don't want to cause no hurt in somebody else's life because you are quote unquote ready for love and you don't care about how that love is coming, but you just want that love and you want to give that love to other people. I don't think that's fair. And again, please just think. Yes, you may be ready for love, but think while you're ready for love. Another thing that a lot of people do when it comes to being ready for love is that they force their love onto other people or they allow other people to force their love onto them. This is a very, very tough topic because force is a very hard word because of the fact that you may be forced into something that can be manipulation, that could be you putting into a situation that you're not happy with, or dire situations such as gaslighting, such as abuse and things of that nature. So when you are ready for love, don't force that love onto anybody. You be very clear and candid about the love that you want to share with that person, which is great. But allow them to have that choice of if they're going to accept your love for what it is or if they choose to step away because of that love. Not everybody's accepting of your love. I was talking to I wrote something on social media last week. The fact is that people may not be for you and you may not be for them. And that's okay. We have to be accepting of that. Again, on the flip side, if someone is forcing their love on you, first and foremost, take a step back and think about this. Is this person coming on too strong for me? Yes. Do I need to step away from the situation to assess it? Yes. Do I have to make a final decision now? No. But at the same time, you have to be aware of these situations that are happening because you don't want to get so deep into a situation and you're dating, maybe get married, things of that nature, and now you feel caved in, you feel forced, you feel like you have no other options to just accept this person's love because you are now in this situation and you don't see a way out of it. A lot of people fall for that. That's how a lot of abusive situations get started. That's how a lot of things get started. Because yes, you think that love, was so dynamic and it was great in the beginning, but you didn't really realize that this person was just forcing and imposing that kind of love on you, and it wasn't healthy. It was not healthy. So when it comes to you being ready for love, remember that yes, you are ready for love, but don't force that love on other people. And at the same time, when you feel someone is forcing their love onto you, let it be known you may have to step back or you may have to remove yourself from the situation completely because it may lead to manipulation, gaslighting, or unfortunately abuse. Last thing, there's a lot of different mistakes people make. But last thing I want to talk about is the fact that you may be ready for love, but you may not be ready for the commitment. Love is a commitment. We all think that just love and relationships is all you need. That's all you need. That's not necessarily true. Trust, loyalty, things of that nature. But what I'm going to focus on is the commitment of love. You may be ready for love. That's the initial stage. But commitment is going to keep it going for periods and periods of years, decades, however long you want this love to last. It's on you, but you have to be committed for it. Don't just say that you're ready for love and that's it. Make sure you're ready for the commitment that comes with love. You may not be agreeing with everything that person is going to talk about in the future. You may not agree with how this person looks or 100% of the time. You may not agree with certain viewpoints or certain things. That's why counseling, coaching is there. Message me if you're ready for that. But again, the main important thing here is that be ready for the commitment just as much as you're ready for the love. It may take you a little bit longer. I get that. But it's better for you to be ready for the love and commitment than just be ready for the love. Because being ready for the love is great, but at the same time, it's a lot of shortcomings that could happen when it comes to the commitment part. Just having love there is good, but love is not going to make everything as perfect as you want or as happy and positive as you want. Commitment has to be important in that chemistry, in that equation as well, whatever you want to call it. So, to make this as simple as possible, the mistakes people make when it comes to being ready for love. Number one, yes, you may be ready for love, but make sure you are ready for whatever is to come with the being ready for love. Yes, you may be ready for that love. You know what? Let's start this over. Let's make this very clear. I want to make this very, very clear. So to make this as super clear as possible, the mistakes people make when it comes to being ready for love. Number one, the mistake is that you may be ready for love, but you may not be ready for the commitment. You may be ready for sharing your love, but you may not be ready for the commitment in the long haul. You may not be agreeing with everything that person does. You may not be agreeing with everything how that person acts, how they do their things, but you have to be ready for love and the commitment. It's easy for you to just jump into a relationship. It's not as easy for you to be committed in a relationship. Another thing is that make sure you are not forcing your love on someone and that person is not forcing their love on you. That could lead to manipulation. That could lead to gaslighting, and that could lead to unfortunately abuse. Make sure you're not making these mistakes. Finally, one of the most important things about you being ready for love is that yes, you may be ready for love, but remember this simple thing that just because you're ready for love doesn't mean that that person is ready for love as well. Make sure you are taking your time to realize, is this person really worth my time when it comes to being ready for love, instead of you just jumping into something and maybe pushing love in the wrong direction. So if you're struggling with this, please message me, www.yourcolabcoach.com, fill out that relationship survey, and please sign up for that free 15-minute coaching session so we can see if we're a good fit for each other. Also, Facebook Collab Coaching, Instagram Collab Coaching. All my series and my videos are on YouTube, COLAB Coaching. And again, as I said before, Fresh Eyes Solve Problems Easier. The Self-Love Relationship Project is out right now. Book format, audio format. And also, tell me what you thought about this video. Tell me what you thought about these mistakes. Have you been there? Or do you know somebody that's been there? go ahead and write in the comments below and share this with anyone that's struggling with being ready for love or don't know how to go forward after they know that they're ready for love. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye.